Hey Anthony, so it's been a few months now since you've come on board with REMAX Elite Realty. I know you had, some experience, prior to joining us. What would you say the biggest differences are, from your previous experience to now with our organization?
I would say something that's been very beneficial for me is I always look into the company culture, who's in the office, and what we could get out of it. I think always having someone available, the coaching, I think here has been a great, huge plus in having that you guys in my corner. It's been able to get me, I think, to the next level. I came to you guys where I had a good foundation, but like you and I have talked about before, it's kind of sharpening the tools and making sure I'm able to get out there and build my success.
Now, when you and I have I've had the pleasure of doing some one-on-one coaching with you. You're one of the guys that does take advantage of that on a weekly basis. What do you think? We spend about 15, 20 minutes together, up to 30 minutes together each
right
week?
around that time. Yeah.
And where do you find that's been beneficial to you?
I think where that's been a huge success on my part is where I'm out there either in front of buyers, sellers, phone calls that I've made, able to kind of go back to it again and just kind of use some of that knowledge, some of these conversations that I shared with you, and I could use them to either fine tune or make small corrections on my behalf, which I've seen a lot of growth just in the time that I've been here where I'm starting to see these things that we talk about putting into effect and they're working.
Now, when you look at it, I think when we talked earlier, we looked at the start of the year and we had some goals going into 2026.
Yes,
And if I'm not mistaken, I think currently you've closed 3 with another one scheduled to close next week. You've got another one scheduled for March already. You're going to have 5 closings definitely in the books, and you've got 3 or 4 more that appear to be coming together. So probably somewhere in that 8 to 11 units in the first 4 months of the year, which is probably above what our initial expectations were.
yes, sir.
And again, why do you think, where is that growth come? Because that certainly exceeds, and to be clear, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the other companies you were with, but this is a production-based business. If you want to be a full-time realtor, where would you see the differences on why your production has, more than doubled in a 3 or 4 month period versus what you did on an annual basis elsewhere?
Yes, sir. I think it started day one coming in here, and I think we put together a good game plan of what our goals are, what we want to achieve, and finding out different strategies of how to execute it. And I think staying very strict to going about it that way, put the solid foundation down, and where we kind of are seeing the execution on the game plan, the different strategies that we've had have all kind of come into full circle here. And I think just staying on a strict having a strict plan of what I'm doing is really kind of helped with building up to where I'm at now. And I think that always trying to find different ways of meeting people. You've told me from the start, it's always worth to give someone an hour of your time and go out there and make the connections, go sell yourself before you sell the product. So I think sticking with some of those things that we've done has been a tremendous help in my success and the strategies that we've come up with. And it's great to see the success that I'm having now, and I'm looking forward to keeping it going.
Well, I'll say this, one of the things that I firmly believe in is I think we have a very good organization here, a good company, but in order to have a good company, you got to have good people, good talent, and certainly you've embodied that. One of the things that I reflect on now that we're kind of well into the process with each other, because it is a partnership, right? A partnership
Yes,
between the brokerage and the agent, myself as a coach and you. One of the things that I reflect on is I think that we talked probably, I think it was 6 months, 8 months or more before you actually joined the company. Am I incorrect when I say that?
No,
Wasn't it about that?
Right around that time frame, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I say this, you know, we were patient with each other through that process for all the right reasons, right? I'm not an arm twister by any stretch of the imagination, and I wanted you to be sure, because the average agent in our office has been with us once they join. They're here. The average agent's here more than 18 years.
Right.
You've been here less than a year, so we know that we have both in the office. Average agent makes well over $100,000 a year, and you're already well on track to do that with your performance the first couple months of this year.
Yes, sir.
But if you had to do it all over again, understanding that the reasons that you waited were good reasons, but now seeing what the difference is being here, do you wish you would have made that decision sooner?
I ultimately do wish I made that decision sooner. At first, I thought I was just kind of where the other places I were, those brokerages, just ultimately was trying to gain some tools and stuff, but ultimately don't know maybe if those were the right tools for me. But when I came here and we fine-tuned what's working for me, and go hit the ground running with what you got and be able to present that, I wish I was here yesterday, kind of speaking like in regard to that. But I really do appreciate everything here. I feel like I'm growing. I know I'm newer with you guys here at this brokerage, but definitely look at being one of the guys that are here for 20 years plus, for sure.
Yeah, well, I'll sum it up in the background here, man. Again, I'm thrilled for you and the progress that you've made, the commitment that you make to yourself and to the business, and as importantly, the way you go about it. One of the things that we take as a philosophy here, and I'd be curious if you agree that we live by it, is that we try not to bring anybody on that would ever be an embarrassment for everybody else that holds the same business card and says they're with REMAX Elite Realty, and at the same token, to try and find people that are fully committed, so that we are a group of like-minded individuals in a highly competitive world. Would you say that from the time you came on board that we've at least lived up to those expectations, and it's been a welcoming group for you? I know that's one of the hardest things for a lot of new agents coming into an organization, just feeling like an outcast. Can you just answer to how you felt since you've came on board from the personal side of things?
From the personal side of things, everybody's very open and very welcoming here. Made it a super easy transition from being the new guy at the office to feeling a part of the family aspect within your guys' brokerage here, and I can't ask for anything more. And you guys everyone in this office has been a great help and always open to giving you the time to just kind of talk business, talk as a human being, daily one-on-one kind of conversations, and overall it's been an amazing experience.
Any suggestions or anything you could bring to the table for me where we could do a better job for you, or just any final thoughts or anything on these first few months and where you came from, where you are now and where you're going?
Yes, sir. I think I definitely just little recommendations and my thoughts. I believe I shared with you too. I absolutely love the one-on-one coaching. I think definitely more people should take advantage of that, as it helps enable you to grow, and I know you tailor it towards the person as well. So every person and everybody's mind works a little bit differently, and I think you do an amazing job with helping them kind of get on the right track to what works best for them and how can we make sure that we can execute with them. First few times I've been here, we had some came right around the holidays too, so I love the bringing everybody in the office together, and in regard to kind of a team aspect of things, we've gotten lunches, kind of just put away the business side and be able to connect with everybody from the office. I absolutely love that, and I'd love to even see more of that. That's something that I think brings the company culture together. And other than that, I've really enjoyed my time here so far and can't ask for anything else.
Perfect. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.